everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the AGT podcast with me, Anthony, and today I'm joined with Ty.
Hello there.
And also Tom.
General Kenobi.
This is a different Tom than last week, if you can't tell by his avatar. This week we're looking to sit down and just talk about gaming in general and any takes we've got that people might not necessarily agree with. But to start this week off right, we're going to say, what games you've been playing recently, guys? I want to start off with Tom. What have you been up to?
So recently, I have been just playing a lot of Halo, obviously, Gears of War. I've just been grinding those games because, like, if you don't really play them, you don't really unlock some of the stuff.
Wait, which Halo and which Gears of War?
Okay.
Because didn't they come out like 4 years ago?
yeah, the typical ones. So the Halo I've been playing. Well, I've been playing two Halos, the Master Chief Collection, which does. I mean, I could literally go on a rant about like how like broken it was at the start of the of its release. And
It was distraught.
And how good it is now. It's just there's so much content in it. It's actually unbelievable. I could.
Is it good now, or is it how it should have been when it released?
There's still stupid problems.
Is there?
I can't play the campaign with my friend on PC because of Teredo BS Xbox Live connection.
Explain that one, Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
What did you say, Tom?
Yeah, Tom.
Teredo?
Yeah, it's a whole issue that's been happening since the start of the game.
I'm not sure what that even means.
As soon as you load in to the campaign, you just stay on the menu and then one of you just disconnects. And it took I had to remote access to my friend's PC last time and just command prompt all this.
What Gears of War do you play? This is the real question.
Oh God! So there's been a
why?
Yeah,
why?
I mean, I play Gears 5, obviously the newest one, but there's a lot of people do not like it. I can see
that was
why.
the one with the really awkward. I can't remember what convention it was, but it had a really awkward live play session. Was it with celebrities and stuff?
I'm not sure.
It was so awkward to watch. Any live play sessions are quite awkward to watch where they're in front of a live studio audience. They need to stop that.
It's like game journalists. I think one example was they said the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy or Crash 4 was too difficult or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, that just reminds me of when Cuphead came out and they had that dude. And he just couldn't get past the tutorial for an hour, and people got really upset at him for being really bad at a game.
Sorry, getting back track of Gears 5.
Gears 5.
A lot of people don't like the game. There's a lot of reasons why. There's people in the community that have made an hour-long rant video about what needs to be changed. Basically, I mean, if you don't play the game in a certain time frame, you don't unlock certain stuff. It's kind of like a battle pass system.
Oh my God!
But you need to play the game to unlock these stars. Basically, to you complete challenges and then you unlock stars, and then the amount of stars you get, you unlock a different tier, you unlock a different piece of content, if you know what I mean. And it's got obviously an online store as well.
Oh my God,
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said it. I was just thinking, there's nothing that could ever get me playing that.
Yeah, it's not very good. I mean, the campaign as well. It's semi-open world.
Okay, so I was just about to ask, what is the difference between Gears 5 and Gears 2? Because Gears 2, it was the last thing I heard about Gears of War. Yeah, one's good and was good for its time, and the other is the same.
Well, it's just straight story, isn't it? Gears 2. It was just a nice compact linear story.
So I mean, spoilers here, but Gears 5 does go back to some locations you went to in Gears 2. As well,
God.
Which is pretty cool. A lot of people were saying.
Is it cool or is it lazy? Did they just do it for a nostalgia trip?
It's to do with the story. It does link in with the story, which I appreciate. And when you do go in certain areas, a certain Gears 2 soundtrack appears, very briefly. He's actually
this guy's
really cool.
so blinded and invited.
He is.
What? I've never heard anyone talk so positively about Gears of War in so long.
Mate,
this is the entire podcast now.
I know it's the Gears podcast.
I'm not even the most positive person.
That's what the G stands for in AGT. Adamo Gears talk. Right, go on. I'm bored of you, Tom, and you defending of Microsoft.
Oh God.
Ty, what have you been playing?
I've been addicted to Valheim, bro.
Have you fished yet?
I haven't. they do it in such. It's not like unique. It's literally just the same as like any other open world survival. You know what I mean? Like you progress and you get more things to build, but they do it in such a cool way as well. Like you think, oh, I've unlocked everything I need to craft and stuff, and then you'll either source an enemy or you'll like cut down a new tree because you've got a better axe, and it's like, oh, look at all the stuff you can build now, and it's like, well, damn, let me keep going. But I've just got because I'm playing solo, it's a lot longer because obviously I'm not able to,
a lot grindier almost.
Which I don't mind. I've put in like 40 hours the time of this recording, and I've taken a little bit of a break. But I've recently just got iron, so I can build like iron armor and stuff. But still no fishing rod. I have heard
that's just stupid.
Yeah, I have heard that there's like shops and stuff, but one man in a boat it's tough because I just
One man, a boat, and a fishing rod sounds like the greatest game of all time. I need this.
It's a fun game. You would love it.
I would. I will get it, and we will play. And then next AGT you're on, we'll talk about it.
But other than that,
well, Tom still telling us about Gears 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I could
obviously.
I could go
go
on.
Yeah, go on.
I could go on a rant about Halo 5, but
No, don't do that.
That's even worse.
See, people defend Halo more than they defend Gears, though.
Just ranting about different games now, are we, Tom?
I mean, there's
the plan.
I mean, I play them. I think I just play them a bit too much, and that's where you have like the most rants about them because you get kind of sick of them, but you keep playing them at the same time.
That is me and Dynasty Warriors. Like I can't find a more obscure game series that for some reason I buy like every year, and I just hate it every year.
Oh, that's me and COD.
COD. COD. I took a good break from COD though.
It's like COD or FIFA, like COD or FIFA.
Well, FIFA, EA are just outrageous with FIFA. Have you seen what they do for the Switch?
No.
Like
they make a Switch version.
They say they make a Switch version. They don't. So it's called the Legacy Edition. And it says on the back of the box that it's the exact same game as the year prior. They've just updated the squads. Like, it's not an engine change. It's the exact same, and they charge £60.
That's funny.
But
if you're still buying FIFA, though, you are an idiot. And I know people can say the same, like, about COD. But, but
why is that?
Because, like, at least COD, you get different maps and what have you. But what do you get with FIFA?
Match attacks.
You just like
you literally get match attack.
There was there was the recent article about FIFA though, wasn't there? And it was like you had to spend roughly 80 grand to get the squad that is decent, or like 21,000.
EA of just like they are the worst, but they're also the best at somehow getting away with it.
Yeah,
because they just own these big, like, for casual game people that aren't gamers buy sports games. That's it.
True.
You more have people that like gamble than play games that'll own these sports games, like. NBA. I think NBA had an article I saw coming out where the game would actually have advertisements that you couldn't skip. Like legit ads in it. I was like, what? How can you pay £60-70 for something and it have advertisements
I'm pretty sure most of them were for like the other UFC EA games too.
It's just so... I was shook. I was like, EA are literally scamming everyone. And even though everybody cares, everybody talks about it, everybody knows, nobody does anything.
No, was it the Netherlands who started the crackdown on the
Which company's the worst though? Like, which company's the worst but the best for marketing? Activision or EA?
Oh god, Activision are pretty bad at the minute because of Blizzard.
They don't really market stuff. That's the thing. The only thing they tweet,
you kind of forget.
The only thing they tweet about is the next Mastercraft bundle for £20, and it's like, wow, your guns are dragon now. And yes, it looks cool, but no, I'm not getting it.
No, you kind of forget, don't you? You forget how many things like Activision have a hand in now.
Yeah.
Like Activision Blizzard again. Must have been last week. The CEO didn't they? They let off a bunch of people, and then he got his however millions increase in his yearly bonus.
It was 50 million.
It doesn't make any sense.
And he gave him $200 and a gift card for Blizzard.
So the big one. I recently played Fallout New Vegas the past 2 months. I got to play it fully and appreciate it fully, and it just made me realize Obsidian are good, but like they're good on a time frame, even though their games are never finished. Because then I played The Outer Worlds, which they made was it 2 years ago, and I thought The Outer Worlds is good, but they had as long as they wanted to with that, and I wasn't blown away with it. And I just made me think maybe they prefer being limited because then they can be like, well, we only had a year to do it.
It was like it was a
Like,
little niche
obviously,
game, wasn't it? I thought
it
I
is
was
niche, but
expecting
I've
this
never gone back
like
to it.
yeah, I was expecting this giant world game, but
It's not.
Is that
It's
not what
at
it
all.
is?
No,
no, there's
no,
like only
no, it's
like
not.
what a handful
It's
of
like
worlds and
linear.
stuff.
Even though it's open world and like technically they're big maps, you'll never be free roaming. Almost, you're always just going from quest to quest, like which is some people like 'cause it makes it easy to like not get lost and stuff and just get stuff done. But like when you look at the weapons and stuff, there's no variety. It's all very linear. It makes me excited for a second one, but I didn't get the DLCs for number one because I didn't think there was enough in it.
So it's basically semi-open world.
Yeah, it's like it's as open world. It's more open world than Knights of the Old Republic, and Knights of the Old Republic 2, I guess, if you've played them. In the sense that you go in, and then it's like you can walk around these like predetermined like planes, as it were, but that it's not. You go and you spend hours and hours and hours roaming the land. You go in, go to your quest, go back onto your ship. It's more like MMO style, but even less than that. It's a weird mix of linear and open world. It's not like Fallout open world, no way.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what a lot of people were expecting. But it was kind of the bridge for me of games similar to like Bioshock Infinite and like Dishonored.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
yeah.
which I really love because when you play through games like that, especially like the Outer Worlds, and you've got like you can take your time doing it the quest, or if someone it was like, oh hey, you need to come and do this, it's like, or I can just try and steal it from you. You know, I love when games do that because then if you ever do replay them, you can like search more and like do it this entire way.
Yeah, it's not the one good thing about it is, and the thing I'm not actually a big open world fan because I get very bored if stuff isn't happening at all times. That's the one good thing about the Outer Worlds. I definitely felt because it was a bit smaller, you never really got bored. You were always doing something.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just so weird that you mentioned that because I was literally like starting that off last night, but it was like too late at night to actually start the game. So I was like, okay, I'll have to just start this obviously tomorrow.
The writing in it though is classic Obsidian. The writing, it steals the show. It's incredible. It's very parody of the real world. Very Rick and Morty almost, of like bit of satire, bit of people live and die for corporations. It's really good.
Oh yeah, you just reminded me of that graveyard area, which is really funny.
Yeah. The very first dude you come into, and it's like if you can't afford to die, you just don't get a grave or something. It's pretty good.
Which makes games like that a lot more, I think, like valuable and stand out because when it comes to like MMOs and stuff and RPGs, and you have so many hours of just dialogue. I mean, I'm so bad, but I tend to skip a lot. Like if it's just
I read it quicker than
if
I read it quicker than they say it, yeah. 100%.
But when they bring in the sort of comedy aspect, it's a lot more fulfilling.
Oh, listening to it's charming, the Outer Worlds. If you need to play it, Tom, we can talk about it because there's this one dude, I think he's called Marvin or Martin, and he's basically just got a moon helmet on, and he might be the greatest NPC I've spoken to in a long time. Where you just keep remarking to the fact that he's wearing this big giant helmet on his head until he like has like a mental breakdown. It's just, and then if you end up wearing the same piece of like headgear, he changes like his dialogue with you. It's quite good. It's very charming and just kind of like witty in that way.
I don't think I've met Marvin.
I think like conversation wise is different for me. Like I tend to not skip stuff like that because I don't know what it is for me. Like I'm a lore nerd, if you know what I mean.
I am if I'm interested.
Yeah.
But a lot of things lose me. Like when Fallout tries to do everything through like text and stuff, it loses me.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind following computer trails, but they have to be so interesting.
Or read 5 pages of books just to get one little
and it's always like that green
information.
font. Yeah. I couldn't do it on Skyrim.
You're on about New Vegas, like being obviously New Vegas.
New Vegas is brilliant.
You say it's better than Fallout 3. But
yes.
The one thing I think New Vegas is missing is the metros from Fallout 3. The metros, I think, make Fallout 3 really good, like really scary.
Yeah, but I played Fallout New Vegas, and I realized like even though I could fast travel everywhere, I found myself like very reluctant to do so. And the whole time I stopped playing it, and I was like, oh, it's old and a bit obsolete combat wise. But where Fallout 4 and Fallout 3, I can stop playing it for ages and then maybe come back to it. New Vegas, I literally couldn't stop thinking about when I came across the Kings. In I can't remember the town's name, just before the strip, and you just joined the Elvis impersonators. I was like, this is top tier writing that they've come across like an Elvis Presley like club, and they all think you're some sort of god, and you're just the Kings. And I'm like, that is top tier stuff.
I haven't
loved
touched
it.
Fallout 4. I brought the game like it was on sale. I still have not touched it properly.
I played it, I completed it. I thought that was stupid, and haven't touched it since.
Yeah.
I didn't even like the combat was pretty good. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it like everybody else did, but I felt it was more of a. It's not Fallout in the sense. It's more of a shooter with some really good RPG mechanics, as opposed to a really good RPG with shooter mechanics.
Are you playing New Vegas with mods or just straight original?
Both. I played original with just mods that helped stabilize it, but nothing that would like game changing. I don't. That's the thing about it, and that this is kind of get us onto our topic later. Because the reason I brought up New Vegas was because obviously Bethesda are now owned by Microsoft or Xbox, and so is Obsidian, I think. So they were hinting, weren't they, at a New Vegas 2 style thing, and I just thought, okay, I don't like Bethesda. I'm not a huge fan of them anymore, and it's happened since Skyrim. And my bad take is that Skyrim ain't that good.
Oh,
Well, that's your bad
right.
take. That's how you're leading us in, eh? Well,
That's how I'm leaning is in that
Okay.
Skyrim does things well. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's the world's worst game, but whenever I play it, I'm always like without mods, and people always say, well, you've got to mod it. I'm like, Bethesda did not make that game for mods, therefore it's a bad game.
I see. Okay. So
Um,
what do you think's lacking then? Why why do you
I
think
just
it's not a
think
bad game?
I just think like with most Bethesda games, the combat isn't great. Like the combat isn't like good enough to keep me hooked. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Um, I don't think the world is as pretty as Skyrim was at the time and isn't as much anymore because Medieval's a bit more done. I just play it and I think, man, the dragons get overused really quickly. Like the first scene where one comes down, it's like, oh shit, that's a dragon. I just swore. There's a dragon, wow! And then all of a sudden, if you really rushed it, the main quest, you're killing one within an hour, and I'm just like, whoa, okay. If you just don't do side quests and you just go for the Dragonborn specific stuff, you're killing one within an hour, and then they start popping up all over the place, and then the amount of dragons in that game just make them
Yeah,
boring.
he's like, hey, we haven't seen a dragon in so many thousands of years. Now
Yeah.
there's hundreds.
And then they just all appear.
I get
They
what
just
you
come out of
mean.
nowhere.
It is a very dated game, and mods do
And like,
help.
but the fact it's dated is like it's so dated to the point where I'm like, okay, well I'll play a more dated game. I'll play Oblivion because that keeps me hooked for longer, or I'll play another fantasy game. I just didn't think it did anything amazing that was like its standout thing. I just think it did a lot of things good. That's probably my bad take on it.
I get that. There is, to be fair, I still see on some subreddits that people are still finding out details about Skyrim, which is really cool. Like, I've never noticed because I get lost in them games. Like, I've never completed Skyrim because I start it, I'll explore so much, I'll leave it.
But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I get addicted to games to the point where, okay, I'll get lost and stuff, and then I have to at least finish the main story because I just want to know how it ends. Whereas, like, if I'm wandering doing side quests and then I'm like, okay, that's me done for the day, and the next day I'm not like, I gotta play Skyrim. To me, it's failed.
I see, yeah. So
Because
you
some
want to
things
be
really hook
yeah.
me. Yeah, I need to be hooked.
Okay.
I think with me with open world games, like if you play a bit and then like leave it for ages, you're like, where the hell?
Yeah, you
did it
restart.
start
You
from?
restart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just go from day
I don't
one.
know if
That's
it's like a
cool.
bit of like OCD, but like some people can just like continue it from a save from like a year ago.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they jump in a save, remember what armor they're supposed to be wearing still, what quest they were on, and who you were talking to. Like, I can't even play Pokemon and miss out 2 days because I forget, because not all the old Pokemons have, like, the journal. And, like, if I forget who I've just last spoke to, you're kind of lost for a good while.
Yeah, you don't really know like what you do.
No. Well, I want to know. I'm gonna ask Ty because Tom is gonna have some.
He's
take.
just gonna start fanboying over Xbox, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ty, what do you reckon your most unpopular opinion about games is?
Listen, mine's quite basic, but Call of Duty Ghosts was a good COD, and I will defend it until I die.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
I agree with
Was.
that.
I've never had a game actually give me migraines every time I play it, and it ain't even because the game was bad. It was just for some reason it just gave me migraines, and no other game in the world has ever done that.
I think you just might need glasses.
I don't. I think it was the format or something because I had the PS3/PS4 disc, and like it was just whenever I was on multiplayer, I got like actual headaches, and then
It was such a good
that was it.
game. There was nothing.
None of it
The
was
only
such a
the
good
only
game.
thing that was wrong with it, one, it came out right after Black Ops 2, which was fantastic, and two, the
Yes.
maps were too big. But other than that, it was great.
I'm trying to think of what gun I even liked in that game.
And it also, it has my favorite all-time weapon, which was the Ripper, the AR, and it could turn into an SMG. But it was great. The only thing that people didn't like was obviously the extinction mode was quite terrible. The aliens.
I was just about to say, can you believe they added aliens?
And it was
then I
so
thought, but they have
tough.
zombies.
It was so tough.
It was
though.
tough. It was difficult. Trying to solo that wasn't.
Yeah, it
really
was barely
not fun.
impossible. But like everything was
Yeah.
decent, and the DLC for that game was so good because you got like the Snoop Dogg pack,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
he would announce it, and then also you also used to have like one DLC map. Like one of them was you could become Michael Myers in the little woods.
Yeah.
You had one where you could become the alien, the Predator. Sorry,
Yeah.
it was just cool.
They had they marketed Ghosts really weird and wrong because they did like the esports game mode they tried to push was like the one with the ball. Like, it was like a Halo game mode where you just run through the flag. Was it Blitz or something?
No, so Blitz wasn't using a ball.
It was just you run.
You had to run into like a portal on the enemy team side of the map.
Yeah, and that just reminded me of Halo.
So
absolutely
I
critical.
think I do agree with you though, Ty. Like I think one of the things Ghosts did well was if you watch the competitive side of it, it was really entertaining to watch. I mean, I don't know if like anyone's actually like competitive COD, but back then it was really good to watch. Especially Search and Destroy. I don't know what it was, but that game mode on that game, I don't know, it was just really like brilliant.
It was very neutral, which was good.
Yeah, I think it was Blitz, Search, and Destroy, and what was the other mode? Was it Domination? It was Domination.
I can't remember.
So that was the only bad mode on the competitive. Race.
Yeah, I remember that because they really tried to garner to the competitive scene, didn't they? Because was that the first game with like COD League in it, like where you could just access it straight away with your little squad?
No.
I think it was
it
it
not?
because you had they had the companion app you could do.
Yeah, it did have the companion app, and you could like just go with your friends. I thought it was the one where they really pushed it.
Oh, I thought you meant like the Call of Duty like World League stuff like that.
No,
right.
But it was like the actual like playlist was on there, wasn't it?
Yeah, to make like thingy plays.
Yeah.
And they also had one of the best
The
game
face
modes on
off as
there.
well.
I don't know if any of you
Go
played it. It was literally a 3v3.
Yeah.
And if you die, it was kind of like Search and Destroy and Domination and one. If you die, you would have to kill somebody else to bring them back.
Yeah.
And me and my two friends, we after like what was the was it Advanced Warfare after Ghosts or Infinity Warfare? Yeah.
It's
So
one of them.
after we became sick of that, we just started playing Ghosts again, and we just loved it. We play like an extra 5 days of it.
I really enjoyed. So I stopped after Ghost. I stopped playing Call of Duty because as soon as I saw jetpacks, I was like, no, not for me.
No.
But then I actually played Black Ops 3, and I really enjoyed Black Ops 3. Like, I thought it was really fun.
Black Ops 3 was the last good COD.
Okay, I've got my bad gaming take instead of my other one now.
Oh, well, you can say both of them.
got
Go with
more.
this one though, if it's related to COD.
Oh no. Okay, this is gonna go into this. Okay, Black Ops. I did not Black Ops 3. I thought Infinite Warfare.
Oh.
I thought Infinite Warfare was better than Black Ops 3.
I think you're crazy.
Why though?
Black Ops 3
give
was
us some
so
evidence,
fun.
Tom.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
what are you thinking?
So, Black Ops 3. I understand why people liked it. Don't get me wrong, but to me, the movement was clunky. I thought the movement.
Oh, it's the opposite to me.
I
I thought it was good.
Compared to
Infinite
Advance?
Warfare.
Oh,
I thought Infinite Warfare movement was a lot more smoother, and the gunplay was a lot better. I don't know what it is, but I just preferred the Infinity Ward. Like, I don't know what it is. Like,
I think you just no. I think
I am.
Yeah.
But okay.
I
gotta
played Black
agree.
Ops 3. Yeah.
Okay, so Black Ops 3's campaign then.
No.
There you go.
I mean,
there you
yeah,
go.
I didn't touch it. Yeah, I didn't touch
Train
it.
go
honestly.
boom. Train go boom.
I didn't touch any. As soon as Jetpack's ready campaign, what do I care about that?
No,
Like,
to be fair though, Advanced Warfare was a amazing campaign.
is that the one with Kevin Spacey?
Yes, R.I.P.
Yeah, was good. Yeah, really.
He's not dead, but
He might as well be.
Yeah, I was gonna say truly is the villain.
Was a good one though. It was a great campaign.
It was, yeah.
I really getting back to Black Ops 3 though. Black Ops 3 also had like the best zombies.
it did.
Oh,
Best
It
engine
was
for it.
so good. What do you mean
Yes.
no? Yeah, it did.
Yes. He had the biggest lifespan for it.
Yeah, it did.
And the best map.
I am a classic zombie stan. I am a classic zombie
Yeah, me
stan.
too. But so it depends what you're talking about. Because like classic zombies is in like World at War, glitchy, buggy, die after round 10
Glitchy,
because the guns
buggy.
are all Yeah.
Yeah, even Black Ops 1 and 2 that you can only get to like round 30 to 40, then
Black Ops
you
Black
just couldn't
Ops
do
1,
anything.
every gun in Black Ops 1 had like 3 mags in it.
Black Ops 3 is
like,
the best today, 100%.
Yeah,
Dead Eyes and
100%.
Drag. Like,
Oh,
come
It's
on.
great.
Come on.
Yeah, there's bow and arrows, man.
Andrew's
Come on.
got the Zombie Chronicles too.
Yeah, you
can't
get
go
everything you
wrong.
want.
And
You
on
get everything you
on
want.
PC, Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies is insanely good.
The only thing I like about older zombies, and I mean like World at War, is just because like the Type 100 and the Thompson. Like I love the sound of those guns.
Yeah, but a lot of them
But-
can be imported.
Exactly. This is what I mean.
think-
Like World at War's too slow.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I say I don't really like Black Ops 3 zombies, I think it's because like if you want to do the Easter eggs, I know like for the older
Oh,
maps
they're
as well,
horrible. They're horrible.
For the older maps, you have to have 4 players as well. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know what it is. Black Ops 3, like it just seems like you have to play with 4 players a lot of the time,
Yeah.
even if you're not going for the Easter egg. So
Yeah, you
basically,
do.
if you didn't have any friends like me back then,
Not right now.
as well.
Like-
Wait. Black Ops 3 was easy for zombies though.
If you knew the
know.
Easter eggs, but like
but
that
even-
was if
even
you were
just
involved
playing,
in the
though.
community. Well, yeah, high rounds, 100%.
Like because you got gobble gums. It was like the
You have
most
gobble gums, you have-
cheating way ever.
double pack a punch, which makes every gun infinite damage.
See,
But
the gobblegums, I just didn't want to understand, if you know what I mean. Like I just
Yeah.
didn't want to
the
like.
liquid divinium stuff. and
Yeah.
it was all very like when you jumped into it, and like Shadows of Evil was a great map. I
Oh,
don't know if it was. I don't know if it was a
loved it.
great starting map. I think it was a very good.
great.
Like, it is a great
I
map. It's probably
loved
one
it.
of the
I
best
love the
maps.
setting. I love that Jeff Goldblum's in it. You know.
I just don't think it like lent itself very well to people who like say like Tom, who maybe bought Black Ops instead of. I'm not saying this is Tom now, but like only bought like Black Ops 4 Zombies, and then they missed what happened in Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare. And then the first map you get was Shadows of Evil. I'd be like, what? Because I know the Giant was on there, but the Giant was literally Derice. It was nothing new. It didn't let you explore like what the new engine
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
It was just. I just felt Shadows of Evil had the Margwa or whatever it's called, like the massive
yeah.
boss thing. It was quite complex. I feel for like the first map. It
I
was
would-
no Kino de Toten.
No,
I prefer that, you know. Because
Yeah, it's just a matter of opinion.
especially because Black Ops 3 was when we were used to getting full DLC, so you had to wait a handful of months before you would play another map, and obviously Derice you can only play so many times, you know.
I don't know.
Played,
so having it more
played Cold War
complex.
Zombies.
I have,
No.
and I really enjoy it because I play solo.
Yeah.
I have to play solo more because because none of my friends play as much as me, so I've played like an extra 2 to 3 days. But I will say, as much as I love that they're adding, like you can update stuff, upgrade stuff, like your perks and all that. It's too easy.
It is.
It's way too
It is.
easy.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that it's way too easy to play that mode.
Even when I'm trying to
just
like give
like-
myself challenges, I'm like, oh, I'm round 40.
I think it's easier on solo than it is 4-player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
I haven't played a lot of it. I got very bored of Cold War Zombies, but that's just because I don't think I got into it enough.
Are they,
But I played, what's it called, the first one, Die Machina,
yeah.
and like it's pretty easy with your solo because you just run around spawn. As soon as you're a 4-player and somebody like messes up with, they bring the Megaton or whatever it's called into your way, it just gets you down. It just annoys me.
So are they trying to like pander for like solo players like me then? Pretty much on.
I don't know if they're trying to pander.
They've done a lot of nerfs for solo players. If you use
I don't know if they're
Ring
trying
of
to
Fire.
pander. I just don't. I think it's because of this whole. Yeah, Ring of Fire was OP. I think it's because of this whole. They try and made it feel like Zombies feels like it's running on the Warzone engine. which I don't know if it necessarily is, but the movement, the amount of health, the health bars and stuff that I had to remove, like it all feels like it's on Warzone's style.
I get
so
what you
it's
mean.
just-
Yeah.
Can we go into another topic or?
It's still
Yeah,
on.
go for it.
Yeah.
Wait.
So actually,
two
you were
seconds. 2 seconds.
sorry,
Tom.
sorry.
Let
It's
Ty finish what he's
it's
saying,
not on
Tom.
the
Oh my
it's
God.
not on the Warzone engine, but I don't know. Have you played Cold War multiplayer?
I
At
have.
all?
I do like Cold War
Yeah.
multiplayer. I like it a lot.
The big team modes. I forgot what they're called, but you've got the maps like Alpine.
The Firebase Alpha or whatever it's called, Fire Team Alpha.
No.
what
That's
it's called?
that's the new zombie map. Yeah.
Oh,
But
the
I mean-
nuke one.
But I mean the multiplayer, like the ground war type. That's
Yeah, there's one where
that's
you drop in.
very similar to the cold how Blackout used to work and how Warzone is, because you get the 3 plates and stuff. But have you tried the new Outbreak mode for zombies?
No, I haven't touched it because of well, to be honest, just because I literally got back into Warzone because my PlayStation didn't have the story.
It's a pretty good mode. It's literally like
Ooh.
you play the big open world maps on multiplayer, but it's zombies. So you do tasks and you have like vehicles and stuff. But that's fun, and it's a lot harder too, especially for solo.
I heard it was harder. I heard it was long as well.
Yeah, because basically you do like a task or 2, then you can have the chance to like exfil, or you go through a portal, but it loads in another map. And they've recently tweeted that they're bringing out more, which is really cool.
Before the AGT podcast continues, we would like to take a second to acknowledge and appreciate the sponsors for this podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Apparel 5. Apparel 5 are at the cutting edge of teamwear and apparel design, helping so many teams look fantastic. So go ahead and give them a visit at www.apparel5.com for your team's merchandising needs. A huge thank you also to the Strive Group, utilizing education to create effective change. Strive offer a range of training programs, audits, assessments, and consultation services to ensure your organization is seen as an employer of choice within your sector. The Apprenticeship Training Agency is launching April 1st. Find out more at www.strivetowork.uk. And now, back to the podcast.
Right, we need Tom to take us off zombies and COD talk here.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can
oh
sit for
no,
it.
I was going into another COD talk really. I mean,
Oh,
for,
right,
the,
go on
then.
for the
Go on then.
for the
Go on,
lockdown thing. I'm
Right.
talking about like, I think that was one of the topics. I said like because Warzone come out at the right time for lockdown because everyone was stuck in their home. It's free. And it turns out to be one of the most popular modes ever. I think it saved Call of Duty in general.
I think it saved Call of Duty because I think even if it wasn't a Call of Duty named thing, it would still be successful.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it was just good. I just think it's really good, like for what it's supposed to be. I think it does it. Obviously, Apex is really good at what that's supposed to be, but the one game I don't understand how it's still surviving is PUBG. I don't understand how PUBG is still getting about being so popular.
Neither do I.
It's just like it looks like it's just Arma 2.
They just haven't updated anything. I mean, they could have. I don't know. I don't follow it. I don't want to.
No, I don't follow it because I was like, this looks like just something that would infuriate me more.
Every time I
would
see the
enjoy.
doc jump back on it, I'm like, this looks exactly the same it did 4 years ago. But,
Whereas Warzone, I watch it and I'm like, for such a big map, such a massive amount of players, this is a smooth game.
There's meant
Like,
to be a
this is-
nuke event.
smooth, but unoptimized. The worst. Now you see
the servers are just not very
you
good.
brought Warzone now, Tom. You've just unleashed Pandora's box.
We need to save this. We need to save this because we've spoken so much about COD. Tom, what was your other goddamn unpopular opinion?
Okay, right.
Was it? It was not COD related. Wait, it was not COD related.
No,
Was
no,
it?
no.
Right,
no,
go.
no. Right. So,
Go.
because I used to be an Xbox fanboy, turn the word used, and I'm
Used?
open. I'm open-minded about this now. But PlayStation, a lot of PlayStation games, they're single player, aren't they? A lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of the really good PlayStation. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that a lot of them are single player, and some of them don't have DLC. There is stuff to find. There is trophies to get. Don't get me wrong about that. But once you've played them once or twice, that's it. I think I just like you put them down, you just delete them. That's it. That's why I think like people are like, oh yeah. I mean, fair play. PlayStation has come out. You know, PlayStation 4 like it destroyed Xbox. Absolutely destroyed it. Don't get me wrong, but when you played them once or twice, you're never going to play. I don't think you're ever going to play them again unless you're like a really avid not I say avid, like you're a really hardcore single player game player. But I mean,
But what else do you
give me your
expect from a
thoughts on that.
single player
Yeah,
game?
what do you want? Yeah, what more do you want?
I think that's what it is though. Like a lot of people like like
You just want Gears 6. That's what you want.
Yeah.
oh there
That's
is a
not what-
cliffhanger for that. Don't get me wrong. But I
It's
think
not
what
coming
it
out.
what it, it probably isn't, to be honest.
Yeah.
The coalition's gonna go under
I cannot believe what I'm
liquidation.
hearing.
I know, man.
Well, I'll tell you why they don't do it, and I can give you a straight answer. Because The Last of Us had multiplayer, and that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, wait. The Last
People
of Us
love that.
2 is adding multiplayer. Thank you very much, Ant.
Is it?
Yeah, The Last of Us 1
Oh my
multiplayer was sick.
It was not sick.
It was.
That is like
No.
It was
that
a,
is
it was a
not-
good
not
it was a good
sick.
little mode.
Right,
Oh,
good little
God.
mode is the difference between sick.
I don't
okay?
yeah, okay, yeah, fair play. I don't think
You know-
it's like, oh, I'm jumping on The Last of Us multiplayer tonight, like, do you want to join? But like for a little 4v4,
There is
If you've got
hardcore
friends,
communities.
yeah.
There is hardcore communities. Like so, look, apparently Uncharted 2 multiplayer back in the day was the best, but I
That's
never
just
experienced that.
Crazy.
oh,
Like-
I remember that.
Games that like don't have multiplayer shoehorned in. The one I always think of that was quite good actually was Splinter Cell had
Yeah,
Spy versus
yeah,
Agent or
yeah,
something.
that was sick,
That was quite
bro.
good. That was really good. And then they tried to incorporate that into like the Batman one. Into the Batman games where it was like
Yeah, you could play as like villain and
just the guard.
Batman.
Yeah.
Even what did apparently have you played the reboot Tomb Raider game? Sorry, anyone?
Do you know
played-
what? Funny that you're
Played
mentioning
bits
that.
of it.
I'm replaying them again right
Yeah.
now
Oh,
because
right.
yeah, because the we need to come back to your topic because we need to argue.
We're not
Tom.
done on
yeah,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Fortnite's new season just came out and they've got Lara Croft in. So I was like, do you know what? I want to go back
Yeah.
to Tomb Raider because I haven't played.
I love that.
I haven't played
I love that
Shadow.
was your
I
response.
never got around to Shadow, but I've played like the first two like multiple times. So I'm like, I'm literally just like speedrunning it just so I can get to Shadow again.
I love that your response was Fortnite have brought something out. Let's not play Fortnite. Let's play the thing they've
Well,
brought out.
I'm not buying the battle pass. Not just to
No,
get
it's
Laura.
true.
I can look at Laura
I don't
whenever I
know.
want, you know, but I'm not
It's through
building.
Google.
I went on it last night just to check, like, because what it is when you boot it up again, you have to like close portals or something. Something
What,
like that.
Fortnite?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like it's a
really,
cinematic.
like, yeah.
Can we play Fortnite sometime?
Which is
'Cause
fun-
I haven't
fun-
played in about 2 years.
Fun fact:
Yeah.
the cinematic intro for Fortnite this season.
By
is
the
act-
Russo brothers.
Yeah, which is
I
great.
ruined your fat there, didn't
You
I?
did,
Honestly, I
yeah.
can see
You know what?
Yeah.
No fun facts, guys. You know, they're like,
It's
oh,
very
what's the
clearly-
fun fact? Oh, never mind.
No fun fact again. No.
I
Wait,
can see
but-
them making a film with Fortnite. I can see
Oh,
them doing
I
it.
saw like a parody of it with the Chug Jug with You song, and it killed me. It was really
If
good.
they can make an Angry Birds films, they can
Yeah,
make
it'll be
a
like
Fortnite film.
it'd be like the Emoji Movie and Ready
Yeah.
Player One and stuff like because it's more it's like a sandbox game now, isn't it?
Well, this
with
is
all the people.
this is another
Yeah.
another podcast
But wait, yeah,
topic,
but we
not
got-
for today.
But we got to go back to Tom because
Gaming films.
like, what else?
Yeah, Borderlands.
What else do you want from more from single player games though? Because
Yeah, what do you
because
want,
if every
Tom?
place
What makes you
like, can you imagine if they just turned around and said God of War, Spider Man, Days Gone, all just goes, yeah, we're adding open world multiplayer.
I
Not
think
everyone's gonna be
that's-
happy.
I think, like,
No.
as I said, like, because I used to be a fanboy. That is the one thing Xbox has over PlayStation. Like, it has a good single player. Like, the games have a good single player and a good competitive multiplayer.
You're just thinking of Halo.
But what about the first
Oh, yeah.
Titanfall?
Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh,
That was a
that's-
great multiplayer and with
yeah.
no campaign.
That is true. That is true. To be honest.
What else is still an Xbox exclusive that just doesn't follow that? Sunset Overdrive.
That's
That game died. That game
That-
was amazing.
That
I
had
love that
multiplayer,
game.
didn't it?
It was fun multiplayer, but I don't think it survived very long.
Oh no.
It didn't. No.
No,
Sorry.
that was a fun game.
I was talking about like Tomb Raider. The first one had a weird multiplayer.
It did,
playing its bots and like you could play like as every character and you could like climb
Did
up
it?
you could like climb up trees and stuff like that. It was actually a pretty
Yeah.
good idea.
When
But it
that
just wasn't
first
executed
came out,
properly.
it was actually full. I remember that because I was getting to I was doing
Yeah.
all the achievements and stuff, and it was.
You know
pretty
what
cool.
game had amazing multiplayer and was just the wrong one in the series? Crisis 3
Yeah.
had like a hunter mode or something it was called, and it was just one person was like the crisis guy, and everyone else was a normal soldier. That was amazing. That was like basically what the Predator game thought it was. It was I would play that.
That sounds pretty cool. That does.
Oh, that was honestly so much fun. Like, so someone was like super jumping around the map using the bow and arrow, and everyone else was just like normal military guys having to stick together.
A lot of games have that game mode, don't they? Where it's like one versus...
asymmetric multiplayer.
Yeah.
But they don't do it very well.
So the only reason I got into Tomb Raider is because the game was free with Games for Gold. The reboot, the reboot remaster.
Oh, the reboot remaster.
Yeah, it's the same with Wolfenstein, however you pronounce it as well. That game was free. I would never think of buying that, but they're really good games.
Was that recent?
They are interesting.
Have you got the first two Tomb Raiders? Have you got that and?
I've got. I literally went mad on Tomb Raider. I don't know what it was. It's not her outfit.
Didn't they just go free on PlayStation as well, like the past couple of months?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been free for you, Sam, but they just had the 25th anniversary, so that's why I was wondering if it's free
giving
again.
it away.
Yeah, it's like, hey, remastered again.
No one's buying it. You might as well.
I brought the Xbox 360 games as well. Like a lot of people, like hardcore fans, are like, oh yeah, the new Tomb Raider reboots aren't that good. Bring back the old ones. We actually solve like a load of puzzles and stuff like that. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? And like, I actually just brought them because they were really cheap on sale, like last summer or something like that. Yeah, it was literally like the start of last lockdown, actually, like May time.
Yeah, I think lockdown has really helped. Like, people all play games they've never played before, or like it's obviously brought a bunch of like popularity to games that would never have got it. And obviously, there's a couple. The ones that obviously Among Us, Fall Guys,
Animal Crossing. Was the big
Animal Crossing was huge when lockdown first started.
Yeah.
And it made Switches go out of like stock and stuff.
That was a crazy
I don't even know. It was crazy because I'm gonna buy a Switch just for Animal Crossing because I can fish in it. That's all I want to do.
Like
just
fishing.
fish.
Just relax.
But that's the one. I guess I think gaming is definitely one of the bigger industries that have succeeded from lockdown.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Besides, obviously, like what's it called, Cyberpunk.
Warzone actually brought me back to like my little friend group, to be honest.
Yeah,
because
me free to play game.
Yeah, because me and my mate, me and him like had a PC. I've had one for a little bit longer than he did, and then when obviously Warzone dropped, it was only trios, and so when we were getting on the leaderboard and stuff, we got our two like friends from school and stuff just to like jump back in, and then because it's free to play and obviously everyone knows COD, we were just able to play that, and now we're like, Discord buddies and what have you, more close.
No, it's good. It was definitely, it put me in touch with people I hadn't spoke to in a long time, when I just like, oh, you've got Warzone. Yeah, let's just have a game.
It came at perfect time.
I'm gonna defend my bad take for Black Ops 3.
Are you back again?
I'm gonna defend it. Right, this is one point.
Go on.
Right, it's completely like non-gaming related, but because it was 2015, I was 19 at the time. I didn't have time to grind that game. I was working.
Oh my
god! I was working.
Wow.
I was working and going out literally every weekend. So.
Oh my!
I didn't have time to grind that game whatsoever.
I think
so because
Ty fell off his chair.
I dropped something. My bad. Sorry, Frankie.
That's fine.
That is such a bad take.
It is.
You didn't have time to commit to it. You didn't like it. And I can respect it so much.
Oh yeah.
Me with all the older CODs as well.
Yeah.
I get it, but how much? How like? Surely you played enough though to understand the full game.
No, because at the time.
No.
At the time.
What level did you get up to? Do you remember?
2.
I have no idea, mate. I had it on
Black Ops 3.
I had it on PlayStation 4 and I had it on Xbox One as well. Yeah,
well, I don't know. You must have liked the game, mate. If you brought it
He
twice,
loved it. He bloody loved it.
Oh,
supporting you
twice.
twice.
£120
I tried because like PlayStation has like the COD exclusivity. Like I tried switching over to that. And because a couple of my friends were on that as well. But at the time as well, 2015, that was when Halo 5 came out, so I was grinding that. So
Tom's take is Black Ops 3 was bad because he was too busy for it.
Yeah, literally.
That's how that's ended up.
Basically,
Black Ops 3 was such a good multiplayer.
It was fun.
And,
I enjoyed
and
it.
this is what you wanted, a bad take. So that's what you
I
got.
can't believe how
That's
we've
what
come
you
back to
got.
Black Ops 3.
And, yeah, Tom's there shaking in his boots for the fanboys
While we were
coming at him.
while we were talking about Lara Croft, you were just sat there seething, thinking, I'm
He was
going to
like,
tell them about Black Ops 3.
So let me just, please.
Let me just say one more thing. Let me tell them how popular I was back in 2019. That's what it was.
2019,
Just what
what?
Oh, you were 19, sorry, not 2019. I don't even know. That's how much I followed Black Ops 3. I was like 3 years late to Black Ops 3. And it was still popular.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
how good
Yeah,
it was.
that's very
I
true.
agree
How
with
good
that.
it
I
was.
agree with that. Yeah, like when Infinite Warfare came out, Modern Warfare Remastered came out, and what was the game after? World War Two.
Oh, we can't keep talking about COD because
Yeah.
Modern Warfare Remaster I could talk about
Yeah,
for too long.
Basically,
What a game.
people were grinding Black Ops 3 when those games were coming out because
Yeah.
they didn't like them.
You were.
Okay, end of topic then.
Nice.
Stay tuned for
Is there
next
anything
week on the
coming
Call
up?
of Duty podcast.
Yeah. Just Tom in a call by himself.
Oh, brilliant.
He's talking about his COD opinions.
Oh.
So what? Before we wrap up, actually, we've been talking for way too long. Tom's fucking COD takes,
Oh.
unreal, and his Gears takes.
Uh,
But what games are coming out that we're looking forward to? Is there anything? Say it. No, let Tom say it because I just heard him laugh.
Okay, right. I'm just gonna say it. Halo
Go on,
Infinite,
go.
because it's been delayed for so long.
Oh my god! If Master Chief doesn't say I need a weapon, then I don't want it. But if he says that, I'm buying it.
To be fair, I'm also excited for Halo Infinite to drop. I hope it's a good
Anything
multiplayer.
Halo is exciting.
Yeah.
The
Anything Halo.
grappling hook. The grappling hook. Like someone modded that into Combat Evolved, and they were using it.
Ah.
It's pretty cool.
Combat
Okay.
Evolved, what a game! Again, not we've not got
Classic.
the time to talk about how good
I know,
that game
yeah.
is.
Right.
I can't-
Go on.
So
Go
good.
to time. Go to time.
Yeah, Ty,
Isn't
what do you
it?
think?
This one's quite recent, actually. Literally,
Go on.
I only saw the video like last week. It's called The Day Before. Has anyone seen the video about it now?
Never heard.
It's
of it.
I
lit-
don't recognize it.
it's
but
very,
Google
like-
it.
It's like a post-apocalypse open world MMO. But it's very like the video that they showed. I don't really have high hopes because I feel like the graphics are way too good.
It's zombies.
Yeah.
That's never been done before.
But it's like the
Oh.
Division / Daisy in a sense.
Oh, that just who's making it? Because that seems like too big of a thing. for
Exactly.
one company.
It looks
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very new. But I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything else that I can think of that's coming out because everything's either been delayed or. Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
well,
Gotham Knights. That just got delayed
Yeah.
until
That's
2022,
a-
but that looked good when I saw that.
Right. We'll hopefully talk to you in 2 years then.
Yeah,
And then
can't wait to be
we'll
back
find out
on
how
in
it's
2
been
years.
delayed Again. Yeah, that's when we'll next speak to you. Like, how's Gotham Knights? Like, it's still not out.
That
I'm
actually
still
looks
waiting.
good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It
Um,
does.
I'm not interested in anything. I don't even know what's coming out. I think besides Republic Commando, which doesn't even count because it's a game from like 2005, 2006.
Yeah, that doesn't
That's
count.
just-
Come on, Ant.
It doesn't count, right? Okay, what's
I
coming
know.
out? Somebody.
I don't honestly, mate. I don't know. I literally just had to open up Steam just to give you an
Oh
answer.
no!
The brain fart.
If I thought Republic Commando was gonna actually count, I was gonna discredit it. You were gonna say no, that counts, but that's not how this has gone.
Do you want to redo
No,
it?
no. There's nothing. No, we do the whole podcast. I don't have a
Scratch
section
this.
ready for this. So what people probably won't know or hear is that we had to redo the intro for this podcast like 3 times.
No,
'cause
we
of
should
Tom
keep.
not
Oh,
syncing
I
his
want. I
clap.
want like keep that in. I know we
I'm
can't,
not
but
It'd
Blame
be really
Tom.
funny just Tom out of sync by about 5 seconds, clapping his hands.
Blame
stay
Tom.
tuned for the end of the year bloopers reel,
Have a bloopers reel.
and
yeah.
it's gonna be 50 minutes of Tom.
Yeah.
Talking
That'd
about
be
COD.
brilliant. Oh, by then, if you're not giving me an answer, I'll say Dead Rising 2 because that game is never going to come out. But I'm
No,
gonna
no,
say...
Dead Island.
Dead,
Dead Island.
Dead
sorry.
Island 2.
Yeah,
Dead
that's a
Island
good
2.
one.
That game
That is a
is
good
never
one.
coming out. So that
They've
will be the
said-
answer to that
They said
question.
last
is,
year they're
isn't
still
it?
working on it, which is really funny.
It's a new
They
studio.
Oh, right. So it's never coming out.
Yeah, I don't have.
Basically.
It should have.
It
been
was
out,
just-
really.
They released such good trailers for Dead Island.
It's
and then they
funny you
never do
mentioned
anything
that.
for
I
it.
remember being 2014. I was in college and I had to like reconstruct like a video or like a trailer, and I did Dead Rising 2 with the guys jogging because they had a really good soundtrack, and I was like, I can't wait for this to come
Dead
out at the
Island
end.
2.
Damn it! Did I do it?
Yeah, yeah. He said Dead Rising.
Damn it!
Yeah,
It's too many of
It's
them.
brilliant. It's what's the song called? Is it called The Bomb?
Yeah.
something pigeon.
It's like I'm about to blow up or something. You can't sing that at the airport. Don't recommend it.
No.
Yeah.
It's a great trailer though.
What would
It's
you
good.
like
It's a great
to
trailer.
come out that might not come out?
Ooh, like just out of anything ever
Yep.
with no rumors. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the big one that has rumors is Knights of the Old Republic 3.
Yep.
And that is like my obvious answer, but only if it's
Isn't
sounds
that like
obvious, but only if
half
it's
announced
good.
though?
Yeah, it's like it's not even half announced. I'm just being hopeful.
What about you, Ty?
It's- Yeah.
I've got no clue. You know, I want another.
Make up a game. What
I'll-
sequel do you want?
Either, do you know what? Just because we were talking about before, either another Tomb Raider or another Batman game, because they are good.
Oh,
You know,
I played
just a
Arkham
pure
City.
single player game, Tom. No multiplayer.
Pure single player, yeah. Pure single player.
Actually,
Don't need
I'll change my answer. I want God of War Ragnarok right now and Spider-Man 2
Yeah.
in the palm
Oh
of my
my
hand.
god.
There
Yeah,
we go.
there you go. God of War Ragnarok. That's my answer as well. That is my answer as well. I'm so excited for that. It's ridiculous.
I do appreciate.
Oh, go on,
a
go on,
single-player
change
game.
it, change it up now.
It's gonna say I do appreciate it, but Black Ops 3
No,
was the worst
Listen,
game I've ever
what
played.
I was saying
in my
about
life.
PlayStation games, I'd take back. Right now that looking from this podcast, I understand.
All he's thinking is, oh, these games are good, but they're no Gears 5.
Oh yeah.
Gears 5
Not
said
fit in comparison.
one person ever.
Oh, before we go, I have to ask Tom, did you play Gears Tactics or whatever it was called?
I did.
Of course you did. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That
Maybe
doesn't
they should
sound
stick to that
legit.
then. I know what was good about it because it looked like XCOM, but just with a reskin.
It basically is.
Oh, okay, that sounds really good then. Actually,
Yeah.
that's why it was good.
Don't come
Basically
in now.
is, but with Gears.
I'm
being-
gonna go play Gears Tactics.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, if you're interested in the lore, obviously,
I'm not.
that's a
I'm
good
not.
thing as
No,
well.
yeah.
I'm not.
No one is.
No one
I'll
is.
just ask you.
No,
I'll ask you. But
Carmine dies. That's about
is
it.
there any? Oh my god, Carmine dies. That's just like it's so stupid. It's like such a running thing.
It reminds me of like a South Park joke.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is such a running gag about Carmine dying for no reason. It was definitely not their intention, but it's just Carmine dies.
I mean,
What?
he
Go
lives
on.
in Gears 3.
What?
Does it die?
Thanks.
Have you not?
Spoilers.
That game
Tom,
is really old.
spoilers.
Spoilers. I was just gonna go play all of them.
Oh
What you
god.
doing? I don't want to play them anymore. That's what you've done. I'm not excited about Gears. Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears
Uh,
3, Gears 4. It shouldn't even be called Gears 5. It should be called Gears because technically there's not been a Gears 4.
what?
There's
The
been a
f-
Gears
yeah.
of War 4,
Oh, right.
The
Yeah,
first
okay.
3 were sick,
and they were Gears of War.
and I wish they were on PC, but no.
Yeah.
The one game I want
I'm
is
sorry, did you not answer?
Gears 6.
no. Saints Row 5. Yep.
Oh,
Saints
I
Row
was actually
5.
talking
That's a
to
very
someone about
unique
Saints
one, you
Row.
know.
Mm.
What would you make the story be? Because they've already had aliens and superpowers. So where would it go?
Yeah. And would it be like Saints Row 4 where it was absolutely pointless?
You know what I'd do? I'd make
on,
it
what
like
would
a
you do?
soft reboot.
Yes,
Yep.
I agree. I think
Go
that's
down
the
the
best way to Saints
GTA
Row.
line.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like they just need to. With Saints Row, I played Saints Row 4, and I thought once you got super speed, there was no point
Yeah.
in cars being on
Yeah,
the map.
I didn't
it was like the
understand
most
that.
worthless thing ever. I was like, oh, should I hop in this car? And I was like, no, you should not
No,
hop in
let's
this
not.
car. Let's not hop in this car.
Saints Row 2 and 3 were decent.
Saints Row the Third was one of the funniest co-op games I think I've ever played.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great game, but co-op.
Co-op,
made
it was
that
fun
so
as.
fun.
What was it?
It
You had a gun that shot underground, wasn't it? And a shark come out.
Yeah. It was just unreal. Some of the stuff and it had that really iconic Kanye West scene with where he's singing "Power" and you jump out the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the first mission. That's the intro. That's a
yeah.
good
No,
intro.
it's not.
It
That's
is,
the
isn't it?
second. No, the first mission is technically jumping out of a plane as well, where you go through the boxes and stuff, and you
You're
basically
right.
shoot
Yeah,
everyone.
and then you do the little heist.
You do the penthouse heist
Damn.
with Kanye West. That is
Your
that is a
s-
good
yeah.
game.
Your Saints Row knowledge has outmatched me.
top tier.
Yeah, but
Top tier
that's
Saints Row the Third.
that's
no.
how you know the game is iconic, though.
Yeah.
Because you remember it.
Yeah.
True.
That's all I remember. Like that and Oleg being naked in a tub. They're like the two things I remember about Saints Row the Third. Like just out of nowhere, this big Russian naked man starts attacking you, and it's just supposed to be like, okay.
They were fun games. There needs to be more fun games like that now.
Yeah, where they just don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
So I think they realized that Saints Row was no longer like competing with GTA like they originally wanted to. So they were like, let's just go mental about it.
So let's just add everything we want.
let's just add.
Let's fight the
whatever we
devil.
want.
Why not?
We're gonna put some shade on them again then.
No, we won't do that.
Single
We
player
won't do
fun
that.
game again.
Tune into next week where Tom changes his mind.
I know.
I am changing my own mind. No,
He is,
actually.
he's been converted.
I mean,
oh,
as I said, like this was like a take I had like 4 years ago, pretty much. Like I've changed since then, but like this is like an old take, really.
I'm gonna end this on one big conclusion: that co-op is more fun than multiplayer.
Okay.
And stay tuned next week to find out why.
To find out if I'm right. Yeah.
To find out if you're right.
Exactly. Right. Well, I think we can call that an episode. It's been a long one, and I can't hear Tom slate Black Ops 3 again.
It's been a good episode. We've got a lot. You know, we spoke a lot.
Spoke about a lot. Yeah. I think we've hit around about an hour. You know, we've just been talking about nothing, absolutely nothing, and it's been perfect.
Yeah. Well.
Hopefully people listening will think this has killed an hour because that's all it's supposed to do is kill some time.
Yes.
While stuck in lockdown.
Yep.
So everybody, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week on the AGT podcast. Thank you very much to Ty and Tom for joining me.
Yes, sir.
And never joining back. They've been the worst guests of all time.
We're going to start a new podcast, so if you just want to listen to us, forget about Ant, then thank you.
Yeah. We're going to do the Tomb Raider
I'll listen to
COD podcast.
Tomb Raider COD podcast. That's a very niche podcast.
I know, yeah. One episode done.
Right. Perfect. So, thank you.
Thank you very much.